Elisa Lam was a 21-year-old university student from Canada. She lived with her family in Vancouver. She loved writing in her journal and traveling alone. In January 2013, she decided to take a solo trip to California. It was her first big journey. She crossed the border by train and planned to stay a few days in Los Angeles. Her destination, a building known in police files for its dark history, the Cecil Hotel. Cecil Hotel had a past filled with murders, suicides, and disappearances. Once considered a hotspot for drug addicts and fugitives, it was still being marketed as a cheap stay for travelers. Elisa checked into the hotel on January 26, 2013. She stayed in contact with her family every day, but after January 31st, all communication stopped. On February 1st, 2013, she was officially reported missing. Police began reviewing security cameras to trace her last movements. And in camera 14, they found the footage that would go on to shock the internet. In the video, Elisa enters the elevator. She presses multiple floor buttons in quick succession. The doors don't close. She leans out into the hallway, as if checking for someone. Then she starts making strange hand movements, like she's communicating with someone unseen. This footage was later released to the public. Millions of people watched it. Many believed she was talking to something invisible. Some claimed the footage had been slowed down or cut, because nearly 1 minute of footage was missing from the timestamp. Elisa never returned to her room. Police searched every floor of the hotel, except the roof. The roof access door was locked and could only be opened with a staff keycard. Moreover, there was an alarm system. If anyone opened the door, a loud alarm would sound at the security desk. No alarm ever went off. People online started digging into the hotel's history. They found that Cecil Hotel had been connected to over 16 suicides, a known serial killer staying there, unexplained disappearances, and now a 21-year-old student had vanished without a trace inside the same building. 2 weeks later, guests at the hotel started making complaints. The water tastes strange. There's a metallic taste when I brush my teeth. Black water came from the shower. I had to stop. Maintenance staff went to the roof. The roof access was still locked, but maintenance pushed their way in. This detail remains controversial. They opened the water tank lid. Inside, they found the body of Elisa Lam. Her clothes were not on her. They were settled separately in the water. There was no ladder to climb inside. The metal lid was heavy, requiring 2 hands to lift, and would not shut on its own once opened. Official report conclusion: bipolar disorder, accidental drowning. But unanswered questions remained. How did Elisa get to the roof? Locked door, no alarm triggered. How did she open the tank lid? It was heavy and required force. Why is there missing time in the footage? 1 full minute is unaccounted for. If she fell in, why were her clothes removed separately? They were found away from her body. Elisa Lam's final elevator footage still exists online. Her last movements are still discussed. The video leaves every viewer with the same thought. Was someone else there? Maybe the elevator door malfunctioned. Maybe Elisa truly was alone that night. Or maybe there was someone else in that elevator. One person entered the camera's memory. The other never existed in the footage at all. And that footage is still being watched by everyone who thinks they're just watching, without realizing the camera is still watching back.